forecast today?
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like it's been a freaking decade.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Social Beaches. I'm Carolyn Smith.
And I'm Kelly Bowling.
And we sell real estate along the Space Coast and into Indian River County. So everywhere from Mims to Sebastian, Vero Beach, Melbourne Beach, Cocoa Beach, you name it, we sell it. And today we're going to be talking about things that impact your house value that you may not have been thinking about because you're thinking, well, the neighbor's house sold for XYZ dollars and their house is very similar to mine. So why would my house be worth more or less when we come to see you and you think, yeah, these girls don't know what they're talking about. Well, we actually do. So, so we can start off with like the roof.
Roof is a big one.
The roof's a big one, yeah.
So what kind of roof do you have?
Yes.
Do you have shingles? Do you have a metal roof? Do you have a tile roof? Those all play into value. And also how old and what condition is your roof in?
Yes.
So, you know, we would expect that when you're purchasing a roof, that you're purchasing a house, that the roof is going to be in good enough condition to last another few years because you do have to be able to get insurance on it. So if you're sporting a roof from 2006 and your neighbor has something that was installed maybe in 2020 or it could be brand new, that's going to give them more value and you're going to get a reduced value, like a negative adjustment for that condition of the roof.
Right. Or metal or tile because they're much more expensive roofs. You get a big insurance discount for metal. I'm not sure about tile.
I think it depends on the age of the tile too. If it was brand new, you might get
an insurance discount.
They're supposed to last longer than shingles.
Yeah, so maybe get a discount. So if you have a 2006 shingle roof and your neighbor's got a brand new metal roof, there's going to be a very large price differential there, and so you can't ignore those things.
Right. So I mean, it might be your next door neighbor, but again, not the same house.
Not the same house.
Yeah. The next one is for frame construction versus block construction. And this is something we see in our market here in Florida. Yep. There are many, many block homes, and there are also many what we call stick-built homes, so they're wood frame. And there's some that are combination also. Specifically, most of the time you see that in a two-story home, where the ground floor may be block and the top story may be frame. It's less of a value to have a frame home. So, and also your insurance is going to be more if it's frame.
So insurance companies don't like frame homes. And I always say to people, you know, you may have had a house built in 1925 that's frame, that's perfectly good. But it matters what the insurance company thinks. So most people, I would say about 50% of buyers will not purchase a frame home. They don't even want to look at them.
They don't want to see them. So we have a way to filter those out so they won't see those in their search. And I'd say majority of people that are moving to Florida, that's the first thing I hear because they're doing research online about what to look for.
Right.
And for some reason, they have this idea that a stick-built home, a wood frame home, is going to be like the Three Little Pigs. It's going to blow your house down, right? The hurricane. And that's not true either because they are built to code. Yes. So they have to withstand these winds that we can experience in hurricanes. So not so concerned about the stick built in that aspect. It's just a matter of value and also insurance costs with that.
And termites.
Yeah, that's a big thing. You got to take care of everything. You got to maintain it. So a lot of people, you'd be surprised how many people with wood frame homes have no termite bond. It's shocking, really.
It is shocking, yeah. So we like, I lived in a house, I owned a house for a long time that was wood frame. It didn't bother me at all. And if it's maintained and it's a good solid house, there's no reason not to buy a frame home, but you will pay more in insurance. So just be aware of that. The other thing is windows and doors and the type of windows and doors that you have. So a lot of people, the windows and doors are 20 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old awning windows.
50 years old.
Really old windows, single pane. So if you have that and your neighbor is sporting brand new impact glass, hurricane rated impact glass, where they don't even need shutters, or at least they have shutters or they have dual pane, there is a huge price difference on that because especially the cost to replace those.
It's so expensive.
So expensive.
We updated our windows back in, I think, 2017 to all impact glass, and it was not cheap.
It's gotten to be more.
We had shutters before, but it was a convenience thing. Like, who wants to put up shutters in a storm? I did not. But, you know, can you buy impact windows at Home Depot and probably get a good deal? as opposed to some other places. Maybe.
I'm a PGT window girl.
Yes.
I love the PGT, but
Don't get your windows where I bought mine. And if you want to know where that is, please message me. I don't want to get charged with, like, I don't know, what's the thing, defamation?
defamation of
but
character.
I will tell you not to get your windows where I got mine. So.
Yeah, but definitely, it's a really great upgrade to your house, but you cannot compare, even though the houses look the same to you and they look the same online.
Yeah.
We look at things like that. So
And also,
yeah.
like, the doors, too. Like, what's the wind rating on, like, your front door or your
Garage door.
doors are huge. You ever seen those old garage doors that look...
You can see through them.
Yes.
I see daylight.
Yeah, my mother-in-law's garage door is see-through, and every time, I think of what could we get them as a gift, I'm like, garage door. We really should do that.
Yes.
That would be a nice gift to give them. Yeah.
And in our area, just a little side note, Brevard County does not require impact to be Miami-Dade
Right.
hurricane rated, but I'm going to just tell you, so when I did all my impact, I asked for Miami-Dade rated. You can get those. They cost a tiny little bit more,
It's
but
worth it.
it's worth it. It gives you a higher wind rating, and I don't know why Miami would have a stronger hurricane than we would
Andrew.
have.
That's all I think.
Yeah.
It must have been Andrew.
They put in so it goes above the Florida code, and it's like a higher rating, but you can get those, and it's not hard to get them. So, yeah.
The next thing is lakefront versus waterfront, like the location of your home on the lot. Do you have a water view on a Florida lake? It's a pond. It's a pond.
Drainage pit.
Yes. A non-navigable canal, also known as a storm drain. Sometimes they're dry when we don't have rain.
Yeah.
But what is the location of your lot and what is the view per se? And it has to be the view that's listed in the tax record. So like the site type or site code. That's important. Or are you on an actual canal where you have access to put a boat in your backyard? Like all of these things matter.
Or are you on a major road or backing to a major road or backing to a road at all?
Yes, that's a big thing. I know when we bought our home, it's on a major highway, and the community behind us is not, obviously, so they don't have like the peekaboo views that we have, but we actually got a negative downgrade from the appraiser because we're on a busy road. So that is a negative adjustment.
Yeah. So don't ignore that. And so like in Vieira, all the lakes are interconnected, if you didn't know that, and they're controlled by St. John's Water Management, so they're not stagnant. And those lakes, if you're on one of those lakes, it's a big upgrade.
It is.
It's a big price adjustment.
Yes, for sure. So it's can be nice to have that.
Yep.
You gonna do the next one?
And you get alligators.
That's fun. Alligators.
I was like, oh, there's a next
There
one.
should be a negative adjustment for alligators. Oh my gosh.
Private pool. Do you have a private pool? So pools are interesting. So I will say that pools are interesting. There's an adjustment for a pool. There's an adjustment for a spa.
Right.
So an in-ground spa and pool is a different
there
adjustment
also
than a
one,
pool.
like if you have a covered, like a screen enclosure,
A screen
versus
enclosure
an
versus,
open.
versus non-screen enclosure. But people don't realize, they think, oh, a pool. Well, when I bought my house, a pool was probably $35,000 to add a pool.
Yeah.
Now a pool's $80,000 to $100,000. That's without a
Yes.
spa, probably with a screen, but a basic pool.
Yeah.
So you need to understand that if somebody has a pool, we don't even use those homes as comps for your home and make
Right.
an adjustment. So if you do not have a pool, we're comping to other non-pool homes.
Right.
If you have a pool, we're comping to other pool homes. We're not putting those two together.
And I know that when you fly over Florida, it looks like everybody has a pool, but
Yeah.
that's not true.
It's not true.
Everybody does not have a pool. So, but I know that that's the dream for sure. For many
Yeah.
people that are moving here, they're like, oh, I have to have a pool. I'm moving to Florida. Like that will be their reasoning to me. And I'm like, I do get it. I moved to Florida and we do have a pool. Guess what? I think it got used 4 times this summer.
When the kids are little, I feel like when
they
the
use it a
kids are
lot.
little, it's the best babysitter ever. They're in the pool, they're hanging out, they're having a
Yep.
great time. You're not
Being
paying any attention.
entertained,
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you got to
Yeah.
pay a little attention so they don't drown.
Yeah. That is supervision required for
A little
sure.
supervision required. But when they get older, they're on their games, they're
The
playing with their
novelty
friends.
has worn off, you know? The novelty has worn off and they're just, they're doing other things. And, especially if you're not heating the pool, I can only get in it when it's like really warm.
Yeah, bath water.
Bath water.
Yeah, so we like warm pools.
Yeah.
And heating the pool's expensive, so.
Yeah. Community amenities, that's another big thing. So are you in a community that offers amenities, first of all? Because there's
Right.
so many homes here that are not in communities, don't have those sanctioned amenities like a clubhouse or a community pool or tennis courts or whatever it may be. You know, like in West Vieira, they have the Addison Village Club. So
Yeah.
they have a ton of stuff, and they have this huge, beautiful clubhouse. But you could just be like, I don't have an HOA where I am. So the community amenities are the free things like the public beach access, you know.
Yes.
Or
some
that's really
communities
it.
have community tennis, like Melbourne Beach has a community tennis court, or they have
Right.
playgrounds, things like that
Yes.
are free for the residents, or
Right.
anybody actually can
Yes.
use a lot of
Yeah.
those. So yeah, they do count for something. And then
Yeah.
we're going to talk a little bit about making improvements or overdoing your renovations, and
Yes.
sometimes the things you think are good.
Yeah. How do you decide
Yeah.
what to do? And, you know, there's two very different mindsets with that. So are you doing it for yourself because you want it to be nice for yourself? This is going to be your forever home. Or are you trying to flip the house? So,
Right.
you know, sometimes life happens, and you may have decided that you were going to do this for yourself, but then life events happen and you're not able to stay there. I just ran into somebody last week where this was the case. Like, she did a beautiful
Oh,
job
yeah.
on the renovation. It was gorgeous and unlike anything I've ever seen here. But now life circumstances have changed and she needs to sell. And she's been in the house less than 6 months. So she's spent a ton of money, and
Yeah.
it is beautiful, but you're not going to get as much of an adjustment upwards as to what she paid.
No, you don't
for
get
that.
100% of really anything except maybe landscaping and paint.
Yeah.
Those are the two best returns on your investment, landscaping and paint. If you have something else little that you did, maybe, but
Yeah.
you know, I think kitchens are next at like 87%. or
Yeah,
something
and you
like
know,
that.
you can do a nice kitchen that's functional and new, and you'll get an upgrade for the kitchen.
Yeah.
But if you went and you bought Italian marble and
Yeah.
you bought like these beautiful light
Custom
fixtures that you
cabinets.
shipped in, custom cabinets, all of these things, where you're going to get the same value for that as you are if you put new Home Depot cabinets in your kitchen.
Yes, people don't like to hear that, but it is true.
It is, yeah. So I appreciate wanting to redo it to a level that you will enjoy because you're planning to stay there. I did that with the bathroom.
Yeah.
If I do anything else, I will probably do it that
We
way.
can't talk about the
but
bathroom
No,
again.
they will get on my case. About that. We're not talking about the bathroom. Yeah, so I think that's really important to note. And so, like, what should you spend the money on? I think roof is the first thing. If your roof
Yes.
is not good, do that first.
Yeah.
Next, HVAC. If your HVAC is old, you need to update
Or your
that.
ductwork. If
And
your
ductwork.
ductwork is old, because that is a big pain in the patootie.
If you've got holes in
And-
there, then the AC's blowing around your attic
Yeah.
and it's not cooling
or it's just
inside.
not, it's sweating and
Yeah.
moisture and hot attics are not.
Right. Electrical's
good.
another thing. There will be people that have these older homes and these old electrical panels. And there's some electrical panels that we can't even get insured anymore
Correct.
here. So that's something to note and to find out, like, is this up to date? Is it going to be okay? Does it support everything we're using? Because we use so many more appliances and they
Yes.
have a bigger draw on your power.
Aluminum wiring.
Well, that's a big one.
Yeah. So if we start
That's a
talking
big
about
one.
wiring, we get into a real
Yeah.
mess of things. But you want to make sure your main systems are your plumbing. Do you have I
Plumbing.
hate to say this, but people will redo their whole house and they'll leave the cast iron pipes in the slab.
And you've now got these beautiful floors that, guess what? They're
Yep.
going to all have to be torn out. The drywall,
the bathrooms and the kitchen are
bathrooms.
sitting on top of that cast iron. In order to get to the pipes, in order to get to the plumbing that you need to replace, you're having to pull out what you just redid. So please,
Yeah.
if you're redoing your bathrooms, if you're redoing your kitchen,
Yes.
laundry room, whatever it is,
spend the money
do-
on
yes.
the drain lines, referred to as sewer lines. But if you're a house that is on a septic tank, that
Yeah.
still matters. It's
Yeah.
it's the drainage lines out of your house.
Yeah.
So you want to
Don't
know that
forget those.
you can do an inspection and learn about the condition of them for
Yeah.
about $200.
yeah,
Well worth it. And then that way like how close are we? If they're saying you've got less than 5 years left, go ahead and do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it for today. Very exciting real estate topic.
So enthralling.
And we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's been a freaking day.